Welcome back, YouTube people, and good morning. Today we're going to have a little fun, and you can see the Frontier right there behind me. We got some upgrades to do on the little Frontier, and it's a cool day. We're going to get to put some new shoes on him. I'll show you what I got. So currently we are running the 265/70/16 Atturo Trailblade mud terrain tires, and they only lasted 35,000 miles, and they are about smack wore out. The back left tire is pretty much slick in the center, and I run them under pressure too, by the way. They're not blown up or nothing like that. Everybody says, oh, your centers are worn out. That's because you're running them too high air pressure. No, these are under pressurized, and I'm still wearing out the center too fast. So today we are going to be removing these little plastic mud flaps on the old Frontier, and we're going to step it up to these big bad 285 General Grabber X3 tires. 285/75/16s. Look at those. Oh yeah, those are gonna look good on there. So let me go get the mud flaps off. So to take the mud flap off, you got all these little screws in here, and there's a couple underneath the truck over here, I think. Let's see, maybe not. Oh no, there's one right there. So we'll get that one off, and those off. And yeah, simple. All right, as you can see, there's not a whole lot of room right there where this little corner is. It kicks back over in. And what a lot of people do is they'll take the fender and they'll cut this little corner off right here with a cutoff wheel, this metal piece, and you heat this up with a heat gun and just kind of reshape it. So we'll give that a try too. Nick that liner a little bit. But it's cut pretty good. We took about that much off. All right, just to show you how much I took off right there, I just cut it straight across right here. I want to reuse this to keep the fender well secured still, but so I cut in from right here at the edge and shot back. So when I heat it up, you can see like all this big thick stuff right here in the corner. All this shit should be bent over. So we'll put the screws back in it and then heat it up and try and shape it. And I got to spray a little primer on that to keep it from rusting. Got a little fusion here. Take the edge. You don't want it to rust. Alright. Let that dry for a moment. So let's get the screws back in it. I don't know what I did before, but man, I hit something up here. Something went up under this fender well and it busted all this up. I need to fix it. Need to fix that one eventually. Just buy me a new inner liner. One of the two, either way. All right, so that's back on. All right, so a lot of people in the Nissan groups, they call this the melt mod. So this part right here, you got to heat it up and push it back. Now that there's no metal right here to push against. So we'll get the heat gun fired up and we'll give that a try and see how well that works. Alright, so what happened was I ended up cutting that little piece on the bottom here where that one screw was at holding the liner underneath. I ended up cutting that one off because there was too many little ridges down there that was keeping it from shaping too much. And I got this little bubble right here, so what I'm doing is, since I have the extra screw, I'm just going to go ahead and relocate it to right here. And that'll hold that. Like that. And just like that. All right. So got a little more clearance in there now. Hopefully they won't rub. A lot of people said they won't, so we'll find out. From that angle where you're looking at it, actually looks like it's going to hit, but it's actually got a lot more room right here now than it did, because it was poked out like this and back. So here's what we got once we do the little clearance deal. We got more clearance now for the tire to turn. So now we got to do the driver's side and take off the back mud flaps. Alright, so I thought I'd do a little finishing off on the video. So I'm actually driving. You can see my speedometer there. I'm doing, what, 65? The tires made my speedometer off by about 2 miles an hour, so I'm doing about 67. And those tires are not that loud at all. Like, I barely hear them humming a little bit right now. So the General Grabbers X3s are actually doing pretty good. They're not noisy at all, and pretty happy with them so far.